from piles of opened and unopened mail, stuffed closets where I could not find my favorite dress, encounters with random appliances and containers seemed impossible until I unlocked these 5 things to easily declutter my home. So the very first thing I did, I recognized that I had the complete wrong vision. So I call this my castle to cottage plan. Now, what I used to do when I would sit and just be like stressed out by the clutter around me and frustrated that every time I opened a closet and looked for something, I had to like put my arm in there and look, or like if I was putting a hanger in there, it was hard, or you open a drawer and you you want to close it again, but you have to like shove the stuff in there and you push it and it scratches your hand and you're like, like that frustration really got to me. Not to mention the kitchen. It was like impossible to cook and clean. So what I would do was I would just have this vision. What would it be like to be in a decluttered home? But I wasn't actually picturing my own home. I was picturing a different house. It was kind of unrealistic. And it was almost like a castle. Instead, what I did was I sat and I really visualized what my home would be like. What it would be like to open up the closet and just see space where I could quickly look, what clothes do I have in there? I can open drawers, easily get what I want, close it without, injuring myself for life. Cozy, realistic, kind of like a cottage. I love cottages, by the way. So once I had that vision, I actually wrote down how good it would feel to sort of just give me like a bit of a goal. This next one, I like to call embracing my inner Ernie. Now, do you see this kitchen? It's a little messy. It's not perfect all the time. We live here, we cook food. So maybe you remember how Bert was kind of a perfectionist and Ernie was not a perfectionist. You could also use Ron and Hermione from Harry Potter. One who hates making mistakes and wants everything to be perfect, and one who just goes with the flow. They get it done, but they don't worry so much about the details. Now, this could be you. So often people get stuck in perfectionism. They're looking for the perfect decluttering system. They are looking for the perfect donation center. They want the perfect place to start. They might even want the perfect boxes. And yes, there is something to be said for starting in the right spot, somewhere that's not going to overwhelm you. But don't overthink it, just get started. Perfectionism is actually a total myth. There is no way to be perfect as a human. I myself have fallen into that trap so many times. And if it is holding you back from starting something that will help you reach your goals, it is hurting you. Don't let perfectionism hold you back. The next one I call Build Me Up Buttercup. Treat your decluttering like a project. Pretend your bathroom is torn apart and you hate living like that. The whole point is that you want to make your life better. Let's just prioritize this and get it on the way instead of being all willy-nilly and starting things on the odd Saturday. Because I used to do that when I would like once a year go and just like declutter a bunch of kids' toys and be like, I don't know why we still have clutter. No, make it like a total project. You remember the show Moonlighting? Do you remember that show back in the 80s? I mean, I barely do. But can we just appreciate Bruce Willis for a second? God bless that man. So remember, that was their part-time job. That was like moonlighting. That wasn't their real job. But it was a priority. So when I actually finally decided I was going to declutter my home, I prioritized it. It was like a part-time job. It was something I had to do. So other things went on hold. Sometimes we're like, oh, I don't have time. Yeah, we have time to look at social media. And I know people say that all the time, but it's true. And yes, there's something to be said for taking downtime. But just make sure that you are prioritizing and making time for that. Like you can put like your book club on hold as much as you love your book club and as much as it's good to meet with people. I think that's great. Sometimes it's like a project. I treated it like a project. Here's an example of why this works for me. Now, when I get back from a nursing shift, I don't dare sit down before I make dinner because if I sit down, I will lose momentum. And it is the exact same with your decluttering project. By working on it most days, I was able to keep my momentum up and to get my home decluttered faster. Because I don't know about you, but anytime I quit, like I just like take a break, even like if for exercise, for example, if I'm like working out every day, it's just like what I do. I take it like a rest day and it's hard to get back to things. Ugh. Now, something that helps me to stay on track is being well rested. So you know, I need my Birch mattress to help with that. We got our mattress 7 months ago and I have loved every second of blissful sleep. Just yesterday, I got back from a trip and I was so happy to greet my mattress. It has thermoregulating wool, which keeps me cozy yet cool because you know those summer months are coming and it's gonna get hot. Birch makes mattresses crafted with organic and natural materials that have been sustainably sourced, which is very important. Their mattresses are free from polyurethane foams, which can cause harmful off-gassing, and are free from fiberglass, which can be detrimental to your health. Other companies, they use fiberglass as a flame retardant in their products, but Birch mattresses are free from this fiberglass materials. I ordered my Birch Luxe mattress, a premium upgrade from their original well-loved Birch natural mattresses. Now with your Birch mattress, you get a 100-night sleep trial along with a 25-year warranty. But I'm going to tell you, literally the very first night, my husband and I were like, yep, we're keeping it. The best part about all of this is that Birch delivers the mattress right to your door. And it's for free within the US. They also offer in-home setup and removal to make your buying experience as convenient as possible. Each mattress comes with 2 of their super duper comfy Eco-Rest pillows, which I love to put behind my back when I'm reading. Made from recycled materials, and they're breathable and better for the environment. I love my Birch mattress, and I think you would too. If you are looking for a new bed, check out Birch Living. Their Memorial Day sale is live right now. It is the perfect time to upgrade your sleep with 20% off Birch mattress plus 2 free Eco-Rest pillows. Visit birchliving.com/minimalisthome to find out more about this limited time offer. Thank you to Birch Living for sponsoring today's video. I like to call this next one, Declutter, Then Organize. Nice and simple. In an effort to deal with our stuff, I decided to take control. We had toys everywhere. I had collected a bunch of things for the kitchen. I may have explained I was kind of almost trying to be like my grandma. I had a lot of stuff and I thought all I need is a trip to IKEA to get some organization stuff. We need some shelves. We need some totes. Let's go to Home Depot while we're going to IKEA. I was serious. I was going to set it up. I actually had shelves built by this great guy we knew. He came in, he built some wooden shelves in our basement so we could organize all of the toy boxes and Christmas stuff. But I'm going to tell you something. I failed because it's almost like moving around one of those slide puzzles. You know those puzzles where you're trying to solve it and there's only one little space open and you're trying to like move all this stuff around. I am absolutely terrible at these puzzles. Let me know if you like them because I don't like them. I make no progress. So if only I could pop one of those little squares out, or two squares, imagine how much easier it would be to reach my goal of getting that puzzle done. And it's the exact same with clutter. You declutter first, then you organize. All we do is you will probably find it almost effortless to organize when we have decluttered a bunch of the excess stuff that we're not using or that we don't need. So many people, they're like, oh gosh, like I don't know, it's so hard to decide. And the thing is, if you're not using it, just don't keep it. Just let it go. If you truly, like if you're keeping it like just in case, don't do it. Just let it go. Declutter first, then you can organize. And it is super duper easy to organize because you just like have space to put stuff away. It all makes sense. It's easy to find stuff. Declutter, then organize. Now the next one is don't become a shopping bag princess. Here is how I used to shop. Oh, I like this. I'm gonna buy this. Yes, I could use this too. Ooh, freeze-dried tomatoes. May as well grab some of those. I love to buy stuff. Shopping is fun. Have you ever had freeze-dried candy? So yummy. This smells like Fruit Loops. That's the stuff my husband freeze dries. So I would just consume without even thinking. I mean, money aside, we had a lot of stuff. Christmas was a free-for-all. I mean, my husband, his love language is gift giving, so holding him back was hard enough. Holding me back was hard. Now, what I do when I declutter is I think, do I need this? Like, first of all, number one, sure, saving money is good, but my number one goal when I am buying anything is to not create clutter. And yes, I do still buy stuff. But the second thing I ask is, where will we put this? Because everything needs a home. And quite often I'm like, if I really, really want this, something has to go in order to make room. And then I ask, will I be decluttering this soon? Because, like I said, I don't want to be creating any clutter. It's also handy to declutter one or two things anytime you bring something in. Now, I have a super easy system for how to declutter. Check that out right here. It goes from the beginning, from the end, choosing the right spot. Not that you need to take too long with that. I hope something great happens for you. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye. Make sure you subscribe and hit the bell. We've had some problems. Thanks.